So my name is Kevin Pazer. I'm the executive director of the Poco Muse here in town, but I also serve as the Porter County historian for the last 5 years. I've got a story I want to share with you, and I have to tell you, I have to give credit to my friend Steve Mockler because he is the one who always tells this story whenever we do these tours at Old City Cemetery, just off of Union Street in Valparaiso. But I'm standing at the grave marker of Thomas Pratt. And Pratt is an interesting character, and I say that because I feel like he's done no fewer than a half dozen things that could have given him notoriety. He was a grocer here in College Hill, which is near and dear to my heart because I live here in College Hill in Valparaiso. He was also instrumental in the platting of Prattville in Washington Township, where I grew up, which very much could have become the county seat. But it's his last thing in life that I think gained him the most notoriety and ended up getting him published, or at least his story, in a book in 1903. So Pratt had a premonition of his own death. And Pratt was an interesting guy, had great friends, was a blacksmith by trade, and of course a grocer in his later life, and had this dream that he essentially died. But what was different and what he recanted to his friends was he essentially knew every detail after his point of death. What was happening when he was discovered, even going through the process of planning his funeral. He told all of this information to his friends in the grocery store the next day, and believe it or not, that night Pratt actually died. So what's crazy about this is his friends taking that information. It was verified by several people, and why it made it into this national book. They took that information and they planned his funeral at the Memorial Opera House, just as his premonition had suggested. So take it for what it's worth. It's a fascinating story, and yet one of many, I think, in Old City Cemetery, and why we tell the stories we do. And hopefully you have a chance to come out and listen to a couple of them at future guided walking tours.